Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and surprisingly enough, I'm going to be doing the review for 911 Lonestar, which is a spinoff of the original 911 TV series that I guess is going to come back in the summer or in the fall. I don't know, because people keep trying to tell me that it's on, and I'm like, I don't see it. And then I asked somebody about it the other day, and they said, well, maybe they're going to try to do like other shows and they just come back on in the fall. And I was like, what? But I mean, whatever. It's okay. So, like I mentioned to some people in this premiere that somebody had, I think it was yesterday, before the premiere aired, I saw the notification and I was like, well, I just so happened to watch the 4th episode because I heard that that's one I might want to watch, but I'd never seen this show. I had heard people who'd actually seen it. They were like, oh, and they talk so low and it's boring and it's slow and it's this and it's that. So like a crazy person, I sat up there and I believed it at first. So then when I went in this person's premiere, this YouTuber that I love who is Alex Rogers. I love him. And before the premiere started, I was just like, I didn't know if I wanted to watch it because, you know, I'd heard some things or whatever. And I saw the 4th episode. I did get triggered, I ain't gonna lie. So, but it's for a specific reason. And whenever I do actually do that review, you'll see why. But yeah. So, before I get started, let me go on ahead and show y'all what my shirt is, what I wore today. I wore this today. You see what it is. You see what it gives. I love this shirt. Love it, love it, love it. And fun fact. I actually went and got some more shirts today. Y'all tell me why. My total should have come up to $100 and something. There was this old guy working at the register. It was actually 2 older guys working at registers. And the one that I went to, I lucked up in a sense because I picked the right one. This man gave me a super duper discount. Like I said, my stuff was supposed to be $100 and something. So that's how many shirts I bought. Y'all, I spent like $50, $55, including tax. This man went all the way off. Like, I'm supposed to get, if they want to implement it on Wednesdays, I'm supposed to be able to get a 10% discount. And it's supposed to be for the elderly or whatever. But this woman that I worked with, she told me that it applies to everybody. So I was like, oh, well, I'll try it. Every now and again, whoever is at the register allows it to go through, other people don't. And I'm very thankful when they do, because it's usually days when I done got a whole lot of stuff. And it would be nice to, you know, be able to save some money on stuff that I got that was really nice. And it was like, okay, this is too good to pass up. Don't sit up here and do this. And I ended up looking up, but yeah, that man said it all the way off. That man was like, don't swipe your card yet. I was like, okay. So I already was like, oh, well, I'm about to get my little 10% discount. Oh, okay, cool. That man said $55. I was like, let me swipe this card before he changes my. Y'all, I have like literally. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta make sure I don't mess my clothes up. The clothes that I just got. Y'all, I have 3 packed bags of shirts. 3. Oh, Lord. I mean, oh, Lord. And one of the things just fell out. 3 bags, y'all. 3. Overfilling. I mean, all 3 of them packed to the brim, and it came up to $55 for great quality. This is a shirt. This is the quality shirt. The if you could, I wish you could see I wish you could feel it and see. This design, it's not flimsy and raggedy or whatever. Y'all don't be understanding. But anyway, I'm sorry I digress, but I had to show y'all that and all that good stuff. Hopefully I'll remember to put at the beginning of the video, go ahead and start to watch the review at this time. So I'm gonna do all this crazy stuff, so hopefully I can fast forward and see it and know that's when it starts. Anyway, y'all, this episode is amazing to me. I liked it a whole lot. Let me say I liked it. They're showing some people in Texas, a firehouse in Texas. They were called out because this man was dumb who was like a security guard or something at some facility. And he is just there in the middle of the night. Normally don't nothing go on. He over here warming up a burrito or something in the microwave, wrapped in foil, and then it caught on fire. Okay, cool. Instead of him acting like somebody who has some sense, it's already bad enough you done put that in the microwave with foil on it. And it took him forever to turn around. I'm like, you don't hear that. You ain't no way. Like, you don't hear that. Y'all, the microwave was setting it off. I was like, okay, he finally turned around. He took his time turning around. He see the fire. So then it finally dawns on him, let me open up the microwave. Y'all, he done opened up the microwave. He tried to take the plate out. The plate done caught on fire too. Why does this fool sit up there, almost burn his hands, and then he proceeds to throw the flaming hot flames now, or pop it up off of the foil still and the plate. He proceeds to throw it into a trash can. How did you get this job, sir? I need to know how you got this job. Like, what did they say? Okay, we're in a small area. We just need a random person that's willing to just sit here and stay awake. You ain't gonna have to do nothing because ain't nothing gonna happen. So we don't care. Whoever the first person applies, you get this job. Is that what happened? Because I don't understand. That man was dumb. So anyway, he ended up calling 911, and the dispatcher gets the call and has the people from that specific firehouse to go out there. I'm like, okay. So they thinking that it's just a normal fire or whatever. They get there, the place is really ablaze, like bad. Like ain't no saving nothing. So I was like, dang, what the world? I mean, I'm trying to figure out like, okay, you done went from the microwave to the counter to the trash can. Then what you do? You threw the trash can. What did you do? Like, what happened? So then like we finally realized why it is in the state that it's in. And it is because it is a place that holds manure. And they only found this out after they had been treating the fire. After they got there, y'all, look. I'm so glad I didn't really get spoiled because I didn't even watch the premiere. I am gonna watch his premiere. I just commented beforehand because I was like, oh, wait a minute, because I would have never thought that he would review that type of a show. But I was like, okay, let's see. But I didn't watch it because I was like, well, I don't want to ruin it for myself just in case I actually end up watching it. So I didn't watch it. I'm going to watch it later. Like, he's the type of person I live for his reviews, and recaps, roast, all that good stuff. Everything. I don't care what you say. So anyway, y'all, this place is ablaze, and they are over there actively trying to, y'all, I don't know what in the world. I'm sorry. I don't know what in the world going on right there, but okay. Outside on the balcony, what in the world? Anyway, but check that when I cut this off. I don't think I'm in danger, but okay. Y'all, so only reason why they even know what's in there after they've been treating it is because a maintenance guy called them for whatever reason. He called them and told them that it's storing some kind of manure. And then this is the crazy part. One of the main characters, he is, a firefighter or whatever, and they were getting low flow pressure. For whatever reason, they were getting low flow pressure, and he had the bright idea to go and run over to another hydrant further away from where everybody was. So he done got it started, and then his wife, this is who we learn is his wife, and the woman who's playing his wife is one of the McLean sisters. Now, the most famous, as I guess I should put it, the most recognizable. That's how I'm gonna put it. The most recognizable sister is China McLean. So it's China McLean's sister, and if you saw Empire, she is one of the women who played Andre's girlfriend at some point in time. Not the current woman, but yeah. If you know the McLean sisters, if you know China McLean, she was one of those sisters. And if you ever saw Tyler Perry's Daddy's Little Girls, she is one of the sisters. So yeah, that's who she is. She's playing his wife. She's played other roles too. Like she plays in a whole lot of random stuff. She be getting them checks. But anyway, she's playing this man's wife. She's actually the dispatcher. Lord. And so she comes in over the radio and tells her husband that, you need to pull your people back. They said that there's manure over there. That's what the kind of fire you're fighting. And if you know what all goes into that, it's a recipe for a disaster. Y'all, he over here realizing what it is, and he trying to tell all of them to come back, and he far away. By the time he get halfway over there, that thing explode, everybody get killed. He just about got killed too. He literally ends up being the only survivor. I cannot. So yeah, y'all, it was a lot going on. So the reason why we are able to see some of the other people who are considered to be main characters as the story progresses is because the captain in New York, he was approached by, I guess the commissioner or the fire chief or whatever he is, and somebody else to see if he could go down there and do what he did in New York, which was to basically build a firehouse from scratch. And he was like, well, I hear you. Thank you for the offer. But my son is here, and his son is a firefighter as well. He was like, my son is here. My life is here. I moved from California to here since I've been 15 years old. I've been here my whole life. I ain't moving, thank you for the offer, but no thank you. And so they were like, if you ever change your mind, I'm one call away. Y'all, this man is set up here. His son told him, I'm going to propose to my boyfriend. They, didn't let us know that it was a man. All he said was Alex. And you already know that's one of those names where it could go either way. Comes out that it's a guy. They meet up. He wants to propose to him. He done bought the ring. Y'all, he done set it off on all this stuff. And the boy was like, well, I need to talk to you. And he was like, no, let me go first. He done proposed to him. See, we don't know what's going on. We're thinking, the proposal is going to go well or it's going to go left. Y'all, he didn't show up to work the next day. And so everybody was looking like, well, we were hoping that you could tell us where your son is. And he done set it off. He done went to this boy's house looking for him, knocking on the door, everything else. He had he had one of those old style type of houses, apartments or whatever, where you can buzz and just hit however many buzzes you want to and see if somebody open the door, and somebody opened it, buzzed him in. He done went up the steps to the son's door, knocking on the door like crazy, calling for his son. He ain't answering the door. Next thing you know, he done called the squad in and was like, get the battling, y'all, why can't I say it? The battling ram. Am I saying it right? I can't even remember if I'm saying it right now. But anyway, to break the door down. And they end up breaking the door down. He on the floor, half dead. He done overdosed. Like, he already has a history of being a druggie. And they done set up, had to use the EpiPen on him, trying to bring him back to life. He finally came back to life. He done threw up everywhere. And it's just like, all right, now, what is we doing? It done got to the point now that he done set up, he was like, nope, not interested. And now he was like, yeah, we gonna have to get out of here. And he looking like, well, I don't want to go on a vacation or whatever. I'm not really in the mood for a vacation right now, because the boyfriend told him, well, I'm in love with somebody else. That's what he had to tell him. So he was in his feelings. And so he trying to figure out, like, what is going on? And he was like, man, I haven't touched a pill in years and all this. So y'all, he done did the most. So kind of to sweep it under the rug, what his daddy's gonna have to do, since he is like over them, he's the captain over his, firehouse. He has to do the report, and he has to say that he accidentally overdosed or whatever in order for him to continue to work, because he was like, I don't need that right now. I need to be able to work, whatever, whatever. So he was like, well, I could put you accidentally overdosed. And I'm like, see, that's the problem. Put him in rehab and then let him come back. Like, that's the problem. Everybody want to sit up there and scoop stuff under the rug and all that. Y'all just realize how tired I look, and I am tired. I am in my feelings because of today. I literally had 1 or 2 hours of sleep. Like, I am dog tired. I don't know why I haven't been able to just fall asleep since I got off work. But yeah, I'm dog tired. I was in my feelings. My grandmama was heavy on my mind. She was deceased, and today is her heavenly birthday. She would have been 99 years old. I'm sorry for dropping that on y'all out of nowhere like that, but I just realized, like, I just really actually looked at myself like, ooh, I look high or tired and everything else in between, and that's why. Y'all, I don't even know why my eyes won't close. And even when I'm done with this, I don't even think I'm going to sleep yet. Anyway, y'all, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even believe I was looking like this. Y'all. Oh my gosh, and my head hurting. But anyway, y'all done set it off. I was like, Lord. So they end up moving to Dallas. Is it Austin? Austin, Texas. I'm sorry. They end up moving to Austin, Texas. And old boy ain't here for it. And they actually had like a memorial outside of the firehouse, and everything was left exactly how it was after everything happened. Lord, it was just so sad. So him and the captain been bumping heads. The way that they want him to have the hiring process is they already have resumes that have flooded in from various parts of the United States. They want him to go through them and see how it's going to go. And he has already kind of hand selected people, and he's gone through stuff. Like, he's being very thorough to the point of, if there's any video out there of them, he is taking that into account. Any type of social media presence where you see somebody filming or somebody talking about him in the news or whatever. So he done set it off, and they said to him, we want you to bring people in. We want it to be diverse. That has been the problem. We don't have a lot of diversity here, and y'all have been able to bring that to New York, and we want you to bring that down here to Texas. So he was like, okay, let me work with it, see what I got to do. So y'all, they just set it off and got this Muslim woman, because I saw her in the 4th episode. So I was like, okay. So now I'm seeing the process, how all these people are getting hired and where they came from and all this other stuff as far as their background is concerned. This woman, she'll see a situation, and she kind of will do like I told y'all that Dr. Miranda Bailey's husband, Benjamin Warren, does. You see a problem, you go fix it. So somebody had went off the edge of a cliff, off the edge of a bridge or something, and they were in the water, and so somebody was like, oh my gosh, there are people trapped in the water, what are we going to do? And they over here trying to strategize and all this other stuff. She politely is walking towards everything. She pulling all her gear off, and then she proceeds to jump off the bridge into the water and save these people. They had people reacting. They're like, oh my God. And they were over here recording it and all that stuff. She's doing them up like she is fearless. She has gotten all kinds of reprimanded situations happening to her. Like, she is just a rebel. She don't care. She look like, look, I'm here to do a job. And if I know that there's a way I can complete it, I'm going to do it. I don't care about what the person over me has to say about how I got it done. Just know it got done. That's all you need to know. You paying me to do a job I'm doing. Don't worry about how I get it done. I said what I said. So he's here for her. It was this black guy. He's very unconventional. They had a video of him, because I was like, well, what are they talking about? Because they kind of were making it seem like, well, nobody wants to go near him. Nobody wants to touch him. This man sat up here. Oh my gosh, I can't breathe. This man sat up here. Somebody recorded him. He walked up on somebody who had a gun. First of all, I didn't even know this man had a gun. He walked up on him so fast that I didn't even know until he was explaining the story. He walked up on this dude and like he just like tackled him and like punched him and like knocked him out. Turns out he had a gun and all this, like the man was doing the most. And so he just has a very unconventional way of doing what he needs to do in order for situations to go how they need to go as well. So I was like, what? That's crazy. Then there's this other guy. He was already there, and they had been bringing in vehicles and, you know, the different trucks and all that stuff. So the person who wanted him to come down, he was looking at him like, okay, like, who is this boy over here washing this truck? He was like, oh, he was in the academy, and, you know, he keep coming in the academy and he can't never pass or whatever, because you have to pass this written portion and you have to do the field work. He is amazing as far as the field is concerned, but he always fails the written test. So he was like, well, you know, I just hired him to be my driver. And like, he was all happy about it. I was just like, what? And old boy looking like, okay, this is stupid. He just sat up here and interviewed him as well. And he was like, you know, I do fine with the field, but, you know, with as far as the testing goes, I always fail it. So he was looking at him like, okay, but what makes you come back? And he was like, because I know I was born to do this. And like, y'all, he sat up there and I was like, what is going on? This boy set it all the way off. You know, the door handles on vehicles? He was sitting up here cleaning on the inside, like where your fingertips go, like when you grip the door handle. He was doing that. And so he asked him, why was he sitting up there doing that? And he was like, because I pay close attention to detail. And so he looking at him like, okay, but nobody would know that you've cleaned that. So what's the point? And he was like, well, I would know. And so he was here for that response. He was like, oh, that's what I'm talking about. You're paying attention to details. Okay, then you set it off. I'm here for that. And I mean, that's just how his process is gone. Y'all, old boy, who is, you can tell he is from Texas, thick accent, all that stuff, the only lone survivor. He's still butting heads with old boy. It gets to a point where he was just like, look, I ain't here for nothing. And because he was like, I shouldn't have to come in here and interview for a job I already had. I was here before you. This is my house. He set it off. He really did set it off. He was like, this is my house. And he done knocked the chair over. And I was like, what? Sir, what is going on? He done went off. I understand the aggression, but he set it all the way off in that moment. And he was, he got really mad because he was like, look, I know what happened to you. And he was basically like giving his condolences, because that's like your family. He had a wife at the house, but that is your family. You're at that house. You're at that firehouse a whole lot, like a lot of hours of the day to the end of your shift. So it's a lot. That is your second family. For most of those people, that's their only family. So, I mean, that's all they know. Them people died in front of his face. Everybody died in his face. His wife on the little line with him thinking that he done got killed too, because she heard the explosion when it happened, and she kept calling, you know, not his name, but the name of the firehouse, and he wouldn't answer because he was kind of like knocked unconscious at the time. Y'all, it's just too much. So eventually one night he was out having fun. Now before that even happened, a random situation happened after he'd assembled his team, and there was a situation where some brothers and this guy who's best friends with one of the brothers, they were out and about. And this brother was like, well, I'm gonna get revenge on my brother. You see my head? He sat up here and he put hair removal in my shampoo. And so he went and found the Carolina Reaper pepper, which is like the hottest one that you can get on the Skoll scale, and I live for hot. I'm kind of scared to try that, but I think I might be okay. I don't know, but I love really, 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 really hot stuff. But he sat up there, made tacos, and decided to make them and give them to his brother. So his brother decided to kind of distract him. Was like, oh, who is that over there? And then him and the best friend looked over there. He politely switched their plate. And then when it was time to eat, he ate. And then he gonna ask him how was his plate. He was like, it's fine. How's yours? He started choking and halfway dying. Like, it was bad. And he was looking at him like, oh, I don't know how you gonna try to get me. I don't know how you think you gonna try to prank me. You ain't out prank the prankster. Oh, this man over here dying. Y'all, he done grabbed the best friend beer. He done grabbed the best friend water. All that, ain't nothing working. So The fire department got there, and then there's this woman, y'all. She set it off earlier. Now, had I not seen episode 4, I would have been like, okay, this ain't making it. I would have really been like, all right, now y'all just confused me. But yeah, earlier in this episode, she went and was like tearing somebody's door down, knocking on it so much because she wanted to know where her sister, I think, was. Her sister disappeared. She would have been 28 years old. And she went over to, I guess, the ex-boyfriend's house or some man's house or whoever it was, some random man's house. And at first he didn't want to open the door and all this other stuff. So she got loud so the whole neighborhood would hear her. And she set it off. And apparently this is a normal occurrence to the point of where the police were eventually called. And before she was hauled off by the police, there was this boy having an asthma attack who is a part of the Spanish community. And the father was trying to figure out, what they could do and all this other stuff because she was like, he's having an asthma attack. And I gotta look her up. I need to know if she speaks like this in regular life or is this just how she speaks on this show because I don't know how to take it right now. Anyway, you would have to see the show to know what I'm talking about. It's like it's really, really soft. And I think that's a part of why somebody told me they didn't like this show. It was like, everybody whispering. I was like, ain't nobody whispering. But like, she has this like really, really soft, I don't know if it's borderline crazy. Like, I don't know. This might be just how she speaks in regular life. I'm trying to place her face, but I can't think of who she is. Anyway, she explains to him that the son is having an asthma attack and that's why. And she's a part of some organization or she knows of some organization that can help for free, no questions asked, because you can obviously tell that he looking like, I ain't got nothing and my son needs help. So then the police come and so she was like, oh no, don't worry, that's for me. Like, this is really regular for her. This is so normal for her to the point of where she already know they coming for me, whatever. Okay, I see what it is. Let me go ahead and get my life together. and that man went on ahead and arrested her. And then later on in the episode, we see her arrive as a part of like the paramedics. And so old boy from New York looking at her like, this is our scene. So she was like, no, actually it's not. Have you read something that he's supposed to read and go over? Kind of like the stuff I had to go over when I was a social worker. Depending on what state you are in, certain things ain't gonna fly. And you need to know the protocol. He didn't know the protocol. So if it's a medical situation going on, whether they've been called to the scene or not, the paramedics and everybody that's medically inclined in their description, they are the ones who have precedence. They are the ones who have precedent. Y'all, I just had the word. They are the ones who are able to have, the jurisdiction or whatever. That ain't what I want to say, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They the ones who could say, okay, this is my scene. I'm over this, whatever. So she set it off, and she's the captain of them. So she had to tell the captain of the fire department, you need to sit down somewhere. This is my scene. And so she ended up having to crack this man's chest. Well, not crack. She had to cut this man's chest open and allow him to have a different way to breathe. Had to drain stuff off of him. He eventually came to and was breathing, and so she kind of looked at him like, mm-hmm. So anyway, y'all, later on in the episode, towards the end of the episode, apparently the thing to do is to go to a bar. The typical thing that they want to make it seem like country people, just all country people do, is go to bars and drink and line dance. Now, I do want to line dance. I'm in a position in my life where I can do that and not have to worry about anything. I do want to learn some stuff. Well, I want to step, in all honesty. I want to do both. Let me just be honest. I want to do both very successfully. I'm great when it comes to learning certain choreography, so I would love to do that. And it's amazing for the heart. I want to do it. So anyway, y'all, the wife who I already told y'all who she is, he was there, the husband. The captain was there. So apparently there's like one night during the week when the two of them get together and they go out and they go dancing. This is all she wants to do. She want to dance. That's what she like to do. So he sees the captain over there. He looking like, all right, now I guess we gotta go. And so she was like, nope, your wife wants to dance. This is my only day during the week that I can dance. You're not gonna deny your wife, right? Y'all. So she was like, you need to go talk to him, whatever. He ain't trying to hear that. He was like, I'm just gonna ignore him or whatever. She pulled him to the side later on while he outside halfway dying because he actually has cancer. He found out that he had cancer before he left New York. He had told his son the only people who know is just him and the doctor at this point. And then, like I said, the wife rolled up on him while he was in the middle of coughing up his lungs because he has lung cancer, and was talking to him and introduced herself to him and all this other stuff. And basically they discussed, hey, this is my husband. You know, he's stubborn. Y'all are a lot alike and whatever. And so basically she agreed to get him to come and see him the following day and that he was going to apologize. So that situation happened. So before the bar scene is gone and in our, rearview mirror, the two captains end up dancing together. And so the man was trying to make it seem, the way he said it, you would have thought that he couldn't line dance. Y'all, one of my favorite country songs started playing. And that's the type of country song that I like. Like, I ain't here for this other stuff. But anyway, y'all need to get into it. Who was it? Is it Brooks and Dunn? I live for Boot Scootin' Boogie. Boot Scootin' Boogie. Put some respect on country music. Y'all, I live for this song. Get down, turn around, go to town, boot, scootin' boogie. Yes, I live. I got my entire life, y'all. They played a good amount of the song, too. But anyway, they were in that line dance, and I got my life about that. I was like, yes, I'm here for all of that. Yes. Y'all, so he showed her up because he kind of tried to make it seem like he didn't want to embarrass himself, but he really was trying to be like, I don't want to show you up because I really know what I'm doing. Y'all, like, try to ignore because this child been doing the most. That's one of the neighbors visiting. I don't know why this child has been screaming. And ain't nothing actually going on. Y'all know good and well I would set it off if it really was something going on. It's not. She's just acting up. Don't want to leave. But anyway, y'all, I was just like, oh my gosh. He was getting it too. He was getting it. He looks nice. He looks really good. So after that happened, old boy came to the firehouse the next day. He in his feelings already, right? So he really get in his feelings when he come in there and he see all the stuff that was outside, that was memorabilia and in remembrance of them out there, for all the people who got killed. So he in his feelings, he done went all the way off on him. How dare you throw our stuff away? That's the memories of them. And like he was already in the process of cleaning up stuff. Like people were knocking walls down and everything else. And he was like, well, I've done this before. I know what I'm doing, whatever. So he told him, you're not ready. And he was like, well, I can't be, I'm not coming here. He was like, my wife said that I need to come here and apologize to you. Well, I can't do that because I'm not getting the same job I had back. Because you know why? Everything is thrown away. You threw all of them away. So in his mind, everybody is being thrown away who has died because of all the stuff that is symbolic in reference to them is in the trash. So he's trying to explain to him that that's not the case. He ain't trying to hear it. So he was like, I respectfully decline. I ain't gonna be here, whatever. So as he's walking out, he's looking around. He see everybody and they hustle and bustle doing what they do. And then he looks up and he sees who got killed. And it is a wrap. Like he breaks down, drops down to the ground and was crying down. And so old boy saw it, the captain saw it, and he told somebody that they need to go get dinner started and better not be from a box. And everybody went on about their business because nobody understands why he crying at it. Most people in there aren't, understanding why this random dude over here just crying, but that's what it was. He broke down, and so he explained to him, he was like, this was the first thing I did after 9/11 happened, and have something exactly like this so that when we leave out, we have no choice but to see them. And it was amazing. And it had the bell up there and everything, y'all. Stuff like that tear my nerves down. Where people got to ring that bell, that final bell, and all that stuff. But it was beautiful. But you know, that was what happened. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna try to condense it more because I was just so like all over the place because a lot happened, and I was telling y'all in the beginning what was going on with the shirt and all this other stuff. So yeah, y'all, I'm sorry for it being so lengthy. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I'm gonna try to come back at least once a day until I'm caught all the way up on this show, because it ain't but 4 episodes out, and I've seen the 4th one, and as you see, I've seen the 1st one. So I'll be back with 2 hopefully tomorrow, and 3 the following day, if not tomorrow as well. Anyway, y'all have a good night, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.